Listening to Diane, so it was up and down and all around.
So, hi and welcome. Thank you for taking the time.
Sure.
Could you introduce yourself to everyone?
My name is Sherry Firestein. I live in Leonia, New Jersey. Do I know my age? I'm a
No.
senior citizen.
um, and could you tell me how you're related to the LGBT community?
I'm a lesbian who's been married for 40 years. Well, we were partners for 40 years. We're not legally married. Um, I'm not really, I don't have a relationship with the LGBT community, not because I don't want one, but because there really isn't one where we live, and we live in Bergen County. I think if there were a community that was known to us and a place to meet, or even on Zoom, that we would get involved with it.
Yeah, actually, and that's exactly what I'm doing here is just I want to give voice to the people of Bergen County, um, to hear their thoughts on why do you think how do you feel being an LGBT person for numerous years and there's no center for you? There's no place, there's no safe space, there's no connection to resources. How do you feel about that?
I I usually don't think about it, but I mean, it's like it would be nice to have something. I mean, it was nice. Of course, we moved out of New York City a long time ago, but it was nice in New York City where you could go to the LGBTQ Center, because we did before we adopted to find out about adoption. And it was a good resource. So, like I said, I don't have specific feelings. It hasn't come up in my life, except that once it's brought up, it would be like, yeah, it would be nice to have a place to go and a place to meet people, not only who are gay, but who are gay couples of our age, because it's really different meeting gay couples not of our age. They're in a totally different place. Um, so
Uh,
yeah, so it would be nice to meet like-minded people.
So
Or
are you saying that there's a variety of gay people that we're not all the same? I'm saying that in tongue in cheek.
oh, oh,
It's like
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like there's we know that oh, all right, there's a man who walks his dog that I his name is Matt, and I forgot the dog's name right now, but and I know he's gay, and I've seen his partner or husband, I'm not sure which, and we say hi, and it's like, oh, well, when in the summertime I'd like to invite you over, and I will, once COVID's over and we have a nice deck, and but it's and that'll be nice, but and there's a gay minister in town, and I don't really think of her as a gay, and she has my kids babysit for her dog and her daughter, and she's married, and I don't even think of getting together with them because, well, I've met her and I find her a little bit off-putting. So I mean, I don't know if it's because maybe it's just her as a person, or maybe it's because she's 35 years younger than I am, or maybe it's because she's a minister. Maybe, I have no idea, but I don't find her somebody that I would go to say, let's get together. Oh, this will be great.
so the lack of community is something that is affecting you. And I think that's one of, you know, for LGBT people, especially for like gay men, if you're not 20, what else is there? You know what I mean? And it's like you haven't gotten past that. So what
No,
do you do after that?
no, it's true. It's the same thing with women. When I first moved to New York, and I was 28 when I moved to New York, from Chicago, I started going to some of the bars, not a lot, and it was kind of to meet people. I mean, we're hoping to meet people, but it didn't really work out that way. Um, and then when I got together with my partner, we'd go to the Ice Palace, and that was just a lot of fun. but it was different when we went back to the city when we were older. We went into a bar. It was like, no, this is not, no, this is not our scene anymore.
Yeah.
This is not it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't it. Yeah, it would be nice to have a place that's not a bar, because I don't even know if there are any bars here, and if there are, I have no desire to go there. It would be nice to meet people. I keep on saying it, of the same age or around the same age, or even 20 years younger, but they're still, the same kind of generational thing. It's different, people who are looking for the same things, people who talk about the same things, people who are excited because they just got the COVID shot. I mean, I don't think you're going to find somebody who's 35 who just got the COVID shot who's going, oh wow, I'm so excited. And it's different, and we have children, and that's
Hey, Kitty.
I don't know. I don't mean to ramble. I mean,
No, it's not rambling. You're bringing up some really important points. Is the fact that you know, and it's true for everybody. As you get a certain age, it's difficult to connect with people, and I think it's more so for LGBT people. But the difference, I think, is you have LGBT people who are being stigmatized at, as soon as they identify as LGBT, you're dealing with trauma throughout your entire life. Disconnect to family, disconnect to, difficulty with relationships.
keep talking. I'm right here. Just
Yeah.
doesn't want to go out. Now I'm going to open the door. Okay.
So when you're older, having some relationships, it's really important for the community.
I'm listening to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I hear you.
I do this all the time during any Zoom meetings I have here. Oh, it's Sharon. She gonna let me out. Okay. No, it is. It's harder, and it's there's different issues to deal with.
Yeah.
There's health issues. There's having adult children. Which actually there's no such thing as adult children. They're just children.
Yeah.
They're older children. There's it's just a whole different. You need different resources, and that would be nice. And it's like when I said I don't think about it. It's like I don't think about it, but when I meet someone who's gay, I'm like, oh, they're gay. Someone I have something in common with. I was just. It's like I go to H&R Block to have my taxes done, and I usually have it done with the same guy for a few years. And he's from town, and he knows me, and I'm out to him because I didn't, I'm out to him. It doesn't matter. And then it was like, well, he's in quarantine because he just got back from China. And I was like, so first I thought, well, it doesn't matter who I get. And then I thought, well, it shouldn't matter who I get. But am I coming out to a stranger that shouldn't judge me for a lot of reasons? But especially like in something with business, but are they going to judge me? Doesn't matter. It's like, I'm not married, but it's like we are splitting the house and we're splitting the taxes and we're so it's like, yeah, that's kind of, that's hard.
Yeah. And I think it's more than, of course, no one wants to feel judged, but also, is this person going to understand that you are, in a sense, you are married, you've been living together as a couple, and your finances, you're dependent upon each other. So is this person going to see you as like an individual that's like renting, or is it going to see you as a couple that you are? So it's more than just being judged. It's have people that understand you're not traditional family.
No, yeah.
It's like, and that's I think what people are lacking the understanding of in the larger community is when we say we have different needs, it's not just about feeling comfortable, it's about actually getting services. Like,
Yeah.
I have a house with my husband, and when I would go to pay taxes, I'm going there, I would go in person, it was just easier for me, and I write out a check, and it's under both of our names, but one's under his last name, and I have a different last name. So when I go to the house, to the county, they would sit there, they would look at it and be like, oh, married couples is Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and that's not our case. And
Yeah,
the woman will intentionally every time give us a hard time and say, well, you're not the owner of the house. And it's like, you can do that once, but for a year of doing that, it's like, and then,
I'm doing
and it, and why is this an issue? I'm paying my, I'm going to pay the taxes, just
that.
take the check. But it was always a long out issue that she would like drawn out scene, and she would have to go and get this book. And, I was like, once you can do that and get away with it, but to
Yeah,
have to do that over and over again.
sure.
Yeah. So before we end our interview, I just want to make sure that you're okay and comfortable with everything that we spoke about and everything you said, and you understand that this will eventually be made public, and do you give consent?
Yeah, I give consent.
Yeah. Is there any questions, or do you have anything you want to express before we end up?
Um,
It's very identifiable and I just asked her to do a video, so you might want to take that piece out.
I'm being told that the person I talked about that I wouldn't get together with is very identifiable. And I might want to take a piece out, but
Well, I'm gonna see if I can edit that out for you. I don't know how to edit, but I will
no,
certainly.
but I mean, the point was, is that it's, there are people, that point was, there are people around that I know are gay, that are women, who have children, that I'm not comfortable with,
Yeah.
for
That's-
one reason or another, I'm not comfortable with,
Yeah.
and it could be the youth, or it could be something else, but anyway, what did I have to say? Is there anything else I wanted to say? It was, but Diane just blew it out of my mind. Um, I tell a small story, a short story. When this is a long time ago, like we had, was maybe it was a couple of years after we moved into Leon, and we've been here 20 years. I went to pick up a, something for my daughter, and I didn't have the last name, the same, and I said, well, no, it's my partner's, she said, I don't think I can give it to you. You're not the mother. I'm like, I am the mother. No, you're not the, and I was like, I was taken aback and actually hurt. But that was, I mean, it was rectified. It was this particular individual who wasn't necessarily prejudiced. She just literally didn't understand.
Yeah.
She was younger, and she was newer, and she just didn't get it. And it was like, but it was, that kind of instance. And that would have been good to have people to go to and say, look, this kind of thing happened, people of the same mind, people of the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, that's about the last thing that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to end our recording. And if you want to at any point say, hey, I don't want to show this, or could you edit this part, just reach out to me and I'm happy to do it. Just allow me time to actually do that.
Sure. Where is it going to be shown?
I'm going to send you a link to the webpage. I'm creating it. So it's still in, I don't even think it has a URL name. I'm doing it through Wix. So anyone that's involved, I'm giving them a link to it so they can see at any time what it is, how it's being developed,
And
and
why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
raise awareness.
Pardon?
The goal is to raise awareness in Bergen County as to, we don't have a center and this is needed. And these people are your constituents are asking for one.
Oh, okay. No, that sounds great.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to end it now.
Okay. All right. It was good.